This tattoo was submitted to us by Brandi out of Benton, Tennessee, and she wants to know how we would rate it, so stick around. So this tattoo was actually done by Dawn Yermasek, and she is working out of Spectrum Tattoo. If you want to check them out, Spectrum Tattoo on Facebook. They don't have a website, I don't think. I did find their Instagram after some digging, but it was really hard. _Spectrum Tattoo Studio _ if you want to see more of Dawn's work. Now, let's break it down. So first off, I gotta say she did not send a healed photo, and all I got is this kind of pixelated, blurry photo here. So guys, when you send your tattoos in, please send a healed photo, because that lets us all know how well educated and experienced the tattoo artist is when it comes to applying the tattoo, because how well they heal makes a big difference. So please send a healed photo when you send them in. The one thing I can judge here is this design, okay? I'm pretty sure it's a custom design. I don't think it's from something specific. And I did see a lot of similar style in Dawn's portfolio, and so yeah, I would kind of rate it kind of harshly, if I'm being honest, because I'm a little biased. I'm not a fan of this sort of bubbly, fantasy, cartoony style stuff. And I'm going to try to set that bias aside, though. For the design, I think she could have probably done a little bit better on the detail. Now, she did some great detail here in the trunk. Look at that bark and the flow of the branch there. I think she did a good job there. The texture of the moon is a weird kind of light texture. It doesn't really stand out. It's not really super clean, and so I didn't like that as much. But also the owl, for something so big. Look how big it is. It's her whole arm. That absolutely could have some better detail in it. And yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it just looks a little too overly simplified for something this big. And so for the design, I think I'll rate it a 6 out of 10. There's nothing inherently really wrong with it, but it's not really, I don't know, it's not really grabbing me as much. I think there could be some better detail in it. Now for the coloring, this is where I think some obvious things are missing, and the main thing is black. There is not enough black in here at all. In fact, there is pretty much none other than the outline. Now, there would be a lot of black shadowing underneath these feathers where that wing kind of overlaps. There would definitely be shadows, black shadows right where this branch goes behind the owl there, or where it bends, and that kind of contrast, adding that rich black in there, would really make these colors pop a lot more. Now, another thing I'm going to harp on a little bit is I don't really like it. I know this moon's supposed to be kind of like a harvest moon or a blood moon or whatever they call it, but yeah, this color just really does not sort of fit the overall design. It's such a muted tone compared to all these foreground tones. And again, if there was more black texture in there, or maybe black around it to really, show that it's a night sky, something, but the contrast is just not there. It's too many bright, medium tone colors all jumbled together, and it just lacks a certain kind of clarity to it. And so for the coloring, I think I'll rate it a 6.5 out of 10. And with the line work, again, we're not looking at something healed, so I can't really say, is this great line work? Did it hold up well? I can see that she used that same line weight throughout the whole thing. I think some thin line textures in here, especially around the eyes here, or a little bit more on the chest, it would have added a little bit more to it if there was some thinner line weight texture in there. And so, yeah, I think some's kind of missing from it. But also, I'm seeing some dots at these points here. They could look a little sharper. Like this one looks nice and sharp, but these ones look a little blurry. And maybe that's just the artist rushing. They did this all in one single line instead of doing two wisps that come out to a point. And that's how you come up with these kind of dotted points. Instead of having nice crisp points, you get these like dots or blurs at the edges there. And that's not uncommon. We see a lot, but overall I think the line work looks pretty decent. There's nothing super impressive or skilled about it, but at the same time it does look like it was done well. So I think for the lining I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, which means I'll rate this one a 6.8 out of 10 overall. Again, guys, not my favorite style of artwork, and I'm trying to set that aside. Brandi sounds very happy with her tattoo, and that's what matters most. So I'm glad you love it. It's getting a 6.8 from me. Yeah, if you guys want to know how your tattoo rates, just send it in. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.